Russia's aggressive actions are unacceptable, and this president is not afraid to stand up to them. He has worked with our allies in Europe to make clear that there will be swift, severe, and united repercussions should even a single Russian force cross the Ukrainian border.
Some have suggested now is the time to slap more sanctions on Russia, not waiting until after something happens. How do you assess that idea?
That's backwards. The intent of foreign policy right now is to raise the costs for President Putin for aggressive action. If we wage sanctions now, we lose the deterrent effect, we lose our leverage, and President Putin will have internalized the costs and have nothing more to lose by launching an invasion. We need to hang over his head severe sanctions to raise the costs of aggressive action against Ukraine.
The president has made reference to a challenge of holding NATO together on this issue. Are you concerned about that? Is there more the United States Congress perhaps can do to support NATO and the mission in Ukraine?
This president and his lieutenants in the administration have been engaged in intensive diplomacy to ensure that Germany and Britain and Eastern European countries are united in standing up to Russian aggression. And the key is to keep talking for as long as possible. Every day in which there is not aggressive action by Russia is a day that we can send more lethal aid to Ukraine, is a day that we can find a diplomatic solution to this crisis. Nobody wants to see a land war in Eurasia.
Okay, to inflation, a concern here at home. The latest number from the Bureau of Labor Statistics suggests prices are up 5.3% in the Boston, Cambridge area over the previous year. What more can be done to help your constituents and the American people overall?
As the vice chair of the Financial Services Committee, I've put forward bipartisan solutions to the inflation situation. And it's frustrating because it's a tale of two economies. On one hand, under this president, we've created more than 6 million jobs. That is the greatest job creation in the first year of a president in history. On the other hand, much of the wage gains being experienced by my constituents and by Americans all over is being pinched by higher grocery and gas costs. We need to keep the Fed's feet to the fire for rate increases that will end the era of easy money for Wall Street and take the pressure off Main Street. When we have got to work between federal and state levels of government on back-to-work initiatives, hiring is the key both to a stronger economy and to tamping down inflation.
Fuel prices are up considerably. My guess is during the cold winter in the Boston area, that's hurting folks too. Your thoughts?
Gas and home heating are really at the forefront of the inflation that's eating into Americans' wallets. We need bipartisan support for the president's foreign policy initiatives that are going to be deflationary for energy costs, both by pushing back against OPEC as well as pushing back against Russia by releasing elements of our strategic petroleum reserve and by investing in our clean energy economy, which is the fastest growing industry in the United States.
Is it time for the Biden administration to change some of its domestic energy policies, hoping to bring prices down, Congressman?
This administration is investing in our domestic energy production. As I said, clean energy production is the fastest growing, biggest job creating industry in the United States right now. And as part of the bipartisan infrastructure deal, we are investing directly in our energy independence, doing so with clean, green energy sources that are also going to make us a leader on the world stage for getting to carbon neutrality.
Congressman Jake Auchincloss of Massachusetts, thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day.
It's good to be on.
Shannon Bream is